在旧金山湾区有个避风的内陆山谷和海湾入口之间的风水宝地，这里代表了加州早期3个非常重要的时期。欢迎收看《湾区走走》，我是郑嘉瑜。我们现在来到了 Pacifica 的 Sanchez Adobe Historic Site， 以前这里曾经是旧金山市长的家哦，一起来看看。在湾区的海岸城市 Pacifica 有一座占地近9000英亩的 San Pedro 牧场，当中一小部分是 Sanchez Adobe 县立公园。这里曾经属于加州早期拓荒领袖 Francisco Sanchez 所有。
And so in Northern California, who did the Californians look to help lead them against American troops? That was Francisco Sanchez.
Okay.
He had been a comandante at the Presidio, and he had also been a alcalde or kind of a mayor of San Francisco, so politically he's very well known.
曾任旧金山市长的 Francisco Sanchez 在1842年至1846年间，在他牧场的土地上建造了这栋 Sanchez Adobe 土坯房，是一种历史悠久且具有现代价值的建筑形式，使用由粘土、沙子和稻草混合而成的 Adobe， 也就是土坯作为主要材料。Sanchez 土坯房深受西班牙建筑设计的影响，并使用了在 San Pedro 角发现的一艘西班牙船的木材建造而成，是 San Mateo 县现存第2古老的建筑，也是研究加州早期历史极为重要的历史地标和生活遗址。
Let's go into the adobe itself.
Okay.
This is the house that Francisco Sanchez built. It's adobe. It's mostly exactly the way it was on the exterior. On the interior, though, we've got a lot of work to do.
Wow, so this is where rich people lived 175 years ago.
These were very well-to-do people compared to all their neighbors. So this was more or less a workroom, and this was kind of a tack room in here, and also an office. So Francisco Sanchez probably did his paperwork here, and so that's why this is going to be redone that way. And so this would have been the pantry area.
Okay.
But a lot of the furniture here is not appropriate, so we're going to want to swap that out. You know, it never looks so crowded. We want to really make it look the way you might have walked in 1846 and met Francisco Sanchez.
How come rich people cannot afford an elevator?
Yeah, right. Well, there wasn't any PG&E yet, so they didn't have any way to get the juice. So this would have been more or less the family areas. We surmise that this would have been where the family would have done their entertainment. And we think that this would have been the girls' room because it's the only room in the house that does not have a door to the exterior.
Oh, okay.
No
More
doors.
private. Sanchez 土坯房是 Sanchez 土坯房公园的一部分，它在1947年被指定为加州历史地标，并于1976年被列入国家历史遗迹名录。疫情之后，新的服务中心建成开放，为 Sanchez 土坯房所代表的加州历史3个关键时期，也就是 Ohlone 原住民时期、西班牙殖民时期和墨西哥共和国时期，提供了更丰富的历史解释和展览内容。
It's very rare that you can find all 3 of the first periods of California history in one place.
这个气候与风景都相当宜人的历史遗迹，代表了旧金山地区早期历史非常重要的一部分，也记载着这个地区最早的历史人物之一 Francisco Sanchez 的生活与贡献。来这里走走，你对加州会有更全面的认识哦。谢谢收看《湾区走走》，更多内容请上 ktsf.com。
This is a very interesting history in that the first 3 periods of California history are represented here, so it's very unusual. We had an Ohlone Indian presence here. There was the village of Puristack, and this nice mural shows that, and it was here for about 500 years. This is a brand new piece of art that was done in cooperation with Ohlone advisors. So the bay was discovered in 1769. The mission and Presidio were established in 1776. And by 1785, then the Spanish had already then began to establish the outpost that was here in the San Pedro Valley. And you can see there's some art of what it looked like here, and then that's a mural also of what it looked like. Those buildings are gone now, but they were quite extensive because by 1790, all of the food consumed up in San Francisco was coming from the outpost down here in the San Pedro Valley. By the 1820s, Mexico is seeking its independence from Spain. In 1821, actually, they do have their revolution. And all of California, including our peninsula, then is divided up into land grants. So the most influential families of coastal California then received these 500 land grants in California. 17 of them were in San Mateo County, and the one that was in our area was Rancho San Pedro. And Rancho San Pedro was owned by Francisco Sanchez.